Okay, this presentation is dedicated to Werner Miller, who came up with the key elements that make this routine work and leverage the power of Bessey sequences of order 8, as you will see. Okay, so he begins with the 4 sevens and the 4 queens. Now these can just be randomly stacked together as blocks. Okay. Now from here, what we do is we're going to perform something called the Klondike Shuffle. And you may want to just think about, what is this going to do to the organization of the cards? Well, it's going to put the sevens and the queens in an alternating relationship relative to each other. 7 queen, all the way through. Okay? This is called a cyclic packet. Being such, you can randomly cut it, so the spectator can cut it if they would like to, or you can perform a Charlier shuffle, which is a very convincing shuffle, and I'll add a link in the description below to show you how to do a Charlier shuffle. But really all of the movement of the cards that you just saw there is equivalent to just cutting the packet at some location. Well, what that means is it's still cyclic. There's still a pattern that repeats, namely Queen 7, Queen 7. They're alternating in some fashion. Okay. And then from here, he's going to convert it to a Bessey sequence of order 8. Well, why is that important? Well, once it has that structure, it will be virtually indestructible relative to a majority of the systematic shuffling procedures used by mankind today. Okay, so that's why we want to get it into a Bessey sequence structure, because from there you can just mix it in random ways with the spectator sounding in freely, with choice after choice after choice being made by them, and it won't hurt anything. Absolutely amazing. Okay, so we have this alternating structure. He's going to convert it to a Bessey sequence in one of the most creative ways I've ever seen. We're simply going to spell queens followed by sevens, which are the very cards that we're working with, okay? So Q-U-E-E-N-S, queens. Now sevens, S-E-V-E-N-S. Drop the rest on top. It is now a Bessey sequence of order 8. Okay? Now for those who have looked at Bessey sequences on my channel, you'll recognize it as such. We have a 7, 2 queens, and a 7, and then a queen, 2 sevens, and a queen. This is a Bessey sequence structure of order 8. It is now protected against most every shuffle out there that is systematic in nature. Okay, so now we can freely use any of the 30 to 40 shuffles I've shown on my channel, and it will not harm the organization of the cards. Now, I've already shown quite a few of these shuffles in recent videos, so I decided to choose just 3 or 4 of them to use today. But you can use any of the other ones I've used recently in my videos. Okay, so the one I'm going to show you today is called the Judicious Alternate Klondike. So how this works is you take the top and bottom card off as one. It's really just like the Klondike Shuffle, but your Klondike pairs to the table. Okay, like that. Now, the spectator is free to stack from right to left to right, or leapfrog stacking. Okay, so maybe they ask for left to right, no leapfrog. That's fine. Just stack like that. You can do as many of these alternate Klondike shuffles as you like or the spectator asks for. You truly, truly can. Okay, that is no joke. You can. So maybe they'll go right to left, leapfrog this time. How this works is this packet leaps over its neighbor and lands there. This one leaps over its neighbor and lands there. Random stack here decided by the spectator. They truly can decide that. So we can do one more of those, or 7 trillion of those. It won't harm anything. Let's go ahead and do a Pharaoh shuffle. We haven't done that recently. So this is where you spread the cards and you divide them exactly in half, and then you just perfectly interlace the cards. That is a Pharaoh shuffle. Now, depending on how you interlace those cards perfectly, one's a pharaoh in and the other's a pharaoh out. Either one preserves Bessey sequences of order 8. So no harm has been done to this packet structure. Why don't we also do the Serpentine deal? This is one I've introduced recently on my channel. So this is where we'll go ahead and just deal out 1, 2, 3, 4, and now you deal in opposite order. So you imagine a snake kind of going this way and then going this way. If we had more cards, we would just continue to do that until we ran out of cards. But we only have 8 cards, okay? So this is called the Serpentine deal. You can stack from left to right, right to left, or leapfrog, decided by the spectator. Maybe they want to go left to right, leapfrog. Okay, this one leaps over its neighbor. This one leaps over its neighbor. Random stack here, okay? Well, pick them up. There you go. You can do as many of those as you like. You truly, truly can. Try it out for yourself. We'll finish with an under-down shuffle, which we haven't done before, but this is actually a special kind of under-down. It's called a 50% under-down. Okay, so how the under-down works is the top card goes under, the next one goes down to the table, then under-down, under-down. You just repeat that. But since we're doing a 50% under-down, you do it for half the cards. So here, so we go under, down, under, down, under, down, under, down. That's half the cards. Random stacking here, decided by the spectator, maybe right on left. That's just fine. And now to convert it back to a cyclic packet, which is where we were fairly early on, you simply spell queens and sevens again. How in the world Werner Miller came up with this conversion process or procedure, I haven't a clue. In the short interactions I've had with him, to me, he seems to be a veritable genius. Okay, absolute genius. Okay, so we're going to spell queens, Q-U-E-E-N-S, if I can remember how to spell queens. Sevens, S-E-V-E-N-S, okay? So it will be back to a cyclic arrangement of the cards where the sevens and the queens alternate in some fashion. Now it's the queen first, that's fine. Queen, seven, and so forth, okay? From here, since it's cyclic, as you've learned at the beginning of this video, you can randomly cut the packet. It's still cyclic. You can perform Charlier shuffles till the cows come home, and it won't hurt that fact, okay? And now finally, to get back to a pile of sevens and a pile of queens, which takes us all the way back to the beginning, we just perform a left-right deal. That's all we do, because it's alternating right now. Okay, and so at this point you're guaranteed to have separated the queens from the sevens. Okay, here are the queens as expected, and here are the sevens as desired. Okay, so I wanted to share this one with you because it's such an amazingly clever use of Bessey sequences of order 8. Okay, well, I hope you can get a sense of the ingenuity of Werner Miller, and I will provide links in the description below to not only other routines that he has created leveraging the power of Bessey sequences, but also a link to his extensive library of magical effects that he has designed and performed over many, many years. So once again, thank you, Werner, for sharing your talent and inspiration with me and with so many others. And thank you to the viewer for watching this video. And I encourage you to take a look at other videos on the Absolute Math Magic channel.